All right, so here we are inside of Market Samurai, my oldest and most favorite keyword tool. So this is just the main page. Once you open it up, this is what you'll see. You won't see any projects over here. Once you get going, you'll see a list of projects, but they're just your most recent projects. So you have to know where you're saving your um, projects. And I actually didn't know where I was saving them. So I was like, geez, I was working on something else. Only about 8 will show here. That's about what there's room for. So what I did was I did a search of my entire PC because they weren't on my desktop. I tried my desktop first. I did a search of my entire computer with a star, an asterisk, like the shift 8, so that star dot MSAM, and then it pulled up where they were, told me what folder they were in, so I could then go find them and put them someplace more logical. So I suggest that you do that because this doesn't actually tell you where it's saving them. So that's it's a good thing to know is where you're saving them. And then because this was actually going somewhere, now it's going where they all are. So I put them in a folder called marketing and another folder called Market Samurai. But before they were in like some obscure folder in like that wasn't even named Market Samurai. It wasn't anywhere near where the program was. It was just the only way I had to find it. And I'll show you that. Yep, it's right there on top, the star.msam. And you can just do a search. Make sure that you're in something like this PC, or you can try your desktop and some other folders if you want to do that. But I finally wound up, after the desktop didn't work, I wound up trying the PC and I found them that way. And I just opened 2 folders and then brought them over to the other folder that I had ready for them. So anyway, I'm not going to open one of those folders. I'm going to click this right here that says New Project. When you get to a new project in Market Samurai, looks like there's a lot to fill out. Really, you only have to fill out one thing. What do you want to search for? So I'm actually going to search for something that I might use on my website. So I don't have, none of my projects are start a website, although that's one of the main keywords of my site. So I'm going to do start a website. And we don't have to copy this into these other fields. We just have to click anywhere and they'll automatically fill out. That's good. I don't mind naming it the same thing as my keyword, and then the folder is the same thing, so everything is easy to find and I know what this is. So we're going to create a project. Now it looks like there's a lot going on here, but there's really only 2 sections I ever use. I mean, maybe once in a blue moon I'll go into these other things, but I use keyword research and SEO competition every day that I work on my website. If I'm doing keyword research, sometimes I'll do keyword research for one day and be able to write 3-4 articles. So when I do keyword research, these are the 2 things in Market Samurai I use. So we're going to start with keyword research because right now all we have is something that we know people want to do. People want to start a website and I want to help them do that. So let's see. We're going to add permutation. I'll show you what this is, but I'm not sure that I want to do this, but I'll show you what it does. So we have start a website, and then it says a website start. We don't want to sound like Yoda, right? A start website? Maybe, because we could do start website, but we kind of need that. I mean, I guess it doesn't. I'm going to get rid of that one too. Start website, we'll try that. Website, a start? No, nobody. That would never be in a sentence. Website, start a. Maybe. Okay, so it's going to start with these 3 things, and then it's going to generate keywords out from there. I'm just going to tell it to go. I actually should have, before I went, see over here, it says phrase length. I could have changed that to 3 or 4, depending on what um, what I'm looking for. I'm looking for things, long tail keywords. So I really build website. This is going to be just as competitive as start a website. But everything here, let's see, it came up with 302 keywords. And I'm just going to not go through 302 of them and see what Market Samurai tells me. So the way I have this set up in the default is to go by this filter called the golden rules. And forgive me because I've been using this for 10 years, but I'm pretty sure it came with it. If not, come back and look at this video and it shows you exactly how to set it up. So the SEO traffic, you want that to be a minimum of 30 because, well, let me explain what SEO traffic is. This is the total searches. See how it's not checked off? I don't care how many total searches there are. The SEO traffic is the number of people that will make it to your site if you get the #1 position. So that's the best you can do with that keyword, according to Market Samurai. I mean, every keyword tool has its own opinion. So, but this is a pretty good one. I think it's got pretty good numbers. It's held true over the past 10 years. And so the number we're interested in is how much traffic we could get to our site over this. One keyword. Trends, yes, we want to know about trends. That actually pulls straight from Google Trends. Title and anchor composition. So this is the number of pages in Majestic's index. Now there's Majestic, there's Moz. These are just people that measure statistics. So that contain the keyword term in both the page and in the anchor text of an external inbound link. So these are pages linking in, and the keyword has to be in the anchor text. So we want that, and that really shows us competition. So we want a maximum of 30. Now sometimes I bump this one up to 50 because I don't mind a little bit of competition, and sometimes it's hard to find these low competition. I mean, 30 is a very low number when you're talking about websites competing with you. So that's an easy one to bump up. And this is another one. These are the two. If I'm not finding anything in a keyword, I'll start messing with these numbers. But this SEO value 30. So that means that the value for the month is at least $30 if we get the #1 position. And sometimes I don't care if it's $5. You know, if it adds something to the bottom line, I don't want a no money keyword. You don't want to be looking at no money keywords because there's a reason why nobody's bidding on them. Most people have learned over the years which ads and which keywords make them money. There are tools that tell you that. So if you've got a good person running your SEO, your PPC, then you're only spending money where it is making you money. So we want a keyword that is making money. There are $0 keywords out there, and I ignore them. Cost per click, I usually turn that on because I want to know how much people are paying for a click. If someone's paying $18 for a click compared to, none of these are really low. You see some that nobody bids on. You know that those aren't making them any money. Maybe they're just a looky-loo keyword. And people seriously are in business to make money. So if they're going to spend money on pay per click, they're going to spend more money on those keywords that are making them money. So, and that's another thing that is learned over time. I don't really use PPC, but I use the cost per click just to make sure that I'm not betting on a loser with the long tail keywords I go for in SEO. So this, as soon as I analyze the keywords, which I should have been doing while I was talking, but it really won't take all that long. This will show me, it will give me a good idea of what some good keywords are. And we still have, see here it says keywords, 22 active, 0 removed. I didn't manually remove any, but 280 keywords were filtered out. So we started with 302 keywords. We're already down to 280 just because I told it a few things that I wanted to stay in that magic circle, and we can see what we have left. So they have to be readable. So I'm going to go through them. How to start a website. That's great. I'm sure that's got to be really high competition too. Now, this is where we could dig a little bit deeper and get into competition. Yeah, so this SEO TCR, sometimes I just check them all off, but that would make everything go off the screen. So this one right here is the one that if it's a low score, it can show weak competition in the market. But it's comparing SEOTC and SEOC. So these two is what it's comparing. So we're going to take a look at those three, and I'm just going to tell it to analyze again. So it'll come back with those numbers. So they're all filled in, and this SEO TCR, if that's low, it can be a good keyword. I'm really having a hard time that all of these really good keywords are that low. I mean, there's a couple of losers here, like the one I picked, start a website. That's a loser. And that's the keyword I'm using right now in my, it's not in my domain, it's in my tagline. But make my own website, that's another loser. Starting website. Now, sometimes when you see starting website, that doesn't make much sense, but search engines don't look at the small words, A. So sometimes they'll just put start a website, and it's almost the same thing. I mean, start website, and it's almost the same thing as start a website. That's the way the search engines are looking at it. So how to start so a lot of these are great. We can go up here to the SEOTC and knock out the ones that we don't like. So we just tell it we want anything less than 1,000. And then see, our main keyword's never going to disappear. But we just got rid of all those other ones that were super high. Well, I'll show you what we do next. We don't like this keyword because it's really high competition. So we're going to look at one of these other ones. What do we like? How to start a website. How to start website. Let's see, is how to start a website even here? We could start your own website. All right, I think I'm going to go for how to start a business website. Now, this isn't any kind of a final decision. What I just did there is I clicked on the key. And when I click on the key, it will open up a new tab. So we're going to go over to here, and we're going to go back over to keyword research. And we're going to tell it to add permutations, and we're going to generate some more keywords. Actually, I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to tell it I don't want anything less than 4 words. Because I'm looking at the words start business website and something else, at least. So now let's generate keywords. All right, I am pausing it sometimes because sometimes Market Samurai is super slow. Sometimes I can go fill up a water in the kitchen, come back, and it's still not done. So it's not like you can cook a whole meal, but sometimes you can go off and do something and it's still working on it. So sometimes you don't want to sit. I certainly don't want to make you wait in a video. That's the one thing about Market Samurai. It's not fast, but it's really good for digging down. So it's given me 293 new keywords. Now, some of them are going to be the same as the keywords we had in the other one, but hopefully we have more. Now, if I was sure I wanted to put business in here, I could go over here and put business, and we could, and that's under positive keywords. So now I just click update and look at that. Oh my gosh, I'd only have 5 keywords out of the 200. So it really didn't get me a lot of. We have how to start an online business, how to start a website business, how to start an online business, start a website business, start your own business, which has nothing to do with a website. So we want to have website in there. So I may just be stuck with my my original keyword, but I'm going to clear that. And I'm going to tell it to analyze these keywords. And we still have the golden rules on. Of course, when we get over here, you may think that it has analyzed the keywords, but if you see that you have empty spaces here, it really hasn't. So we're going to analyze those keywords, and I haven't paused it yet, but I just might. I'm looking for, just so you can get an idea. This part usually doesn't take all that long, so I don't want you to be disillusioned and think that you're going to wait a half an hour between everything. These are analyzed, and it's never a half an hour. I'm exaggerating. So we have a how to start a business website, which I really, really like. So I still, after 10 years of using this, I look at this number and I'm like, what is this again? So it's SEO Comp, the total number of web pages globally that mention a specific keyword term in the same phrase word order in Bing's index. So, whatever this is mentioned in the same order that many times. And what I don't get is that then they say that the competition is low, because what the heck is that? It's just an insane number. So how to make your own website free. Now that's definitely something that, so maybe make your own website free. But that's so long. I did put it up there, but how to start website. And you could throw an A in there, and I think it would be the same keyword. So I'm going to put that one up there too. How to start an online business. I don't know. Do you think people just don't know it's a website, so they don't say website? I don't know. We could try it and see what the competition is. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over here in the left-hand column, and I'm going to click on SEO Competition. And if we were on that other page that had the list of the 6 or 7 things that Market Samurai does, there was keyword research over here, and SEO Competition, I think, was over here. So you would just click on that button. But we're in SEO Competition. Now we can just generate results, and it's just going to tell us the top 10. I think sometimes it goes to 11 or 12 of Google results. And I for this, I think it keeps my defaults. I have no idea if it came this way with it starting it, but I check off everything. I really wanted to give me all the information that it can here, so I can take a look at, when this comes up, you'll see that it's either red, green, or yellow. So if it's red, it means it's really hard to get. If it's yellow, it means it's kind of hard to get. If it's green, it means it's pretty easy to get. And nothing's easy in internet marketing, but you've got to know your numbers. And if this board comes up like red all over, you know that you have a loser keyword and that as a beginner marketer, you just can't do it. So you might as well look for another one that isn't as high competition. Now I'm already seeing some of the numbers are coming in. We're at 76%. These are all really aged domains. That means that they've been around a while. They're established. They're going to have high numbers. Look at these. These are the number of web pages that are indexed in Bing. Okay, so it's going to be similar to Google, but these are, these are tough numbers. Entrepreneur Magazine, we have Forbes, we have here's some weaknesses, okay? We're gonna go down over to here, and none of these articles have the keyword in the title, the URL, the description, and the header tag. Yeah, so in any of the H1, H2, H3. So when I write for a keyword, I put my keyword in the title, which is in an H1 tag. I put my keyword in the URL. It's the keyword with dashes in between it. And I put my keyword in the description. So I would have yes, yes, yes across the board. Now there's a couple down here that have yes, yes, but it's not in the URL. So we have start a business website, and this is start a website business and start a business website, but they're both wikis. So that's actually a good thing. When you see a wiki in here, usually those aren't too tough to knock out. Shopify, business news. You could also check out each one of these. You can't right click on them and open them in a new window because we're on the computer and it doesn't let you click on them and then open them. But you can highlight it and then Control C. And then I'll just open up a new browser so we're not confused with other stuff. So then I would just see what that is. So it's not even there. That's actually a really good sign. If that's what's showing up as the competition, how to start a website business. Now we want how to start a business website, but that was the one we just checked and it wasn't here. So it's got some general directions. It's a pretty long article. I can write a long article. All right, so that's one of our competitors for that. And actually even though there's a lot of incoming links on these websites and that's all red, and the top ones are super red, and entrepreneur, that's a tough one to knock out of anywhere. We can open these up and see, because they actually look like they have, and it's the same article in position 1 and position 2. It really doesn't make a lot of sense. Usually Google doesn't do that. Take up space 1 and 2 with one. So how to start a business online. I'd like to see a date on it and see how old it is, because usually if you can write a good article that's comparable. And this is why I don't like Entrepreneur Magazine. They have these ads that just open up. I just clicked on it. I meant to shut it off. It opened up another window. Hope it doesn't start again by the time I get down to the bottom. Here's another video that's running. So it's a long article. We can sometimes tell from the comments what year it is, but they don't have a year on that either. It just says October. I'm recording this. It's almost May. So at best, it was October 2017, because it's almost May of 18, but they don't have a year on that either. So our last resort would be to view the page source and hope that there's a year. Now I just pushed Control F. I'm going to put in 2000. Well, it's got a copyright of 2018, but that doesn't mean anything. A lot of websites update their copyright automatically. So right there, that says 2015 for an image file. That says 2017. Another Twitter image looks like, oh, that's really odd. I'm seeing more 15s than 17s. There was a 17. Oh, and now we're down in comments. That's why. All right, so I think it's a 2015 article, but they try and hide it well. Some people don't want to know they have, I mean, who wants to know that it's, 2015 when it's 2018? Take all the dates out and everybody will read it like it was written yesterday. But I think I could beat this out. It's a matter of confidence in your own ability to write a good article too, because Google is smart now. They want to read good things. If you're putting something out with a pure heart to help people, and you write something that's detailed, that really gives people help, the help that they need, they'll not only will they stick around and read it, they'll come back and reference it, and they'll learn from it, and they'll comment, and they'll thank you, and things will happen organically. You don't have to pay per click. So whatever it is you have to offer that can help someone else, that is what you should look to write for. So I know how to start websites. I've been doing it for years. I've helped a lot of businesses get off the ground with a website, and I found a way that people can learn how to run the website and actually have it succeed. So I want to share that, and I want other people to benefit from that. So yeah, I think I can beat out some of these. I think the fact that we have a double entrepreneur, and now that reminds me, I would like to go straight to Google and put this keyword in. So what's our keyword? How to start a business website. I'm going to put it right in the Google search, and I'm going to make sure that this search matches that search. Now, we have a lot of advertisements. So the first 4 are an advertisement. This is why we have entrepreneur first, is because they have this featured article section. And then they are the first listing. This is really odd the way they've been doing this. So this one is number 6. This is that, but it actually, nope, this might be number 2. But they're calling it number 6 because that was number 1. And then we have 2, 3, 4, 5, which they're calling rankings. And then Market Samurai is seeing this as number 2, but Google is not. So then Forbes This would be number 3 in Market Samurai. How to make a small business website. This fits small business. That's number 4. So we're just 4 behind. So this is Website Builder Expert. This is the WikiHow and another WikiHow, which I'm really surprised. Maybe I just didn't copy that one right. Let's open it up again. How to start that. See, that's how to start a business website. How to start a website business. That's the one probably. No, it's still opening up. All right, so I must have copied it wrong, but I think it's the same darn ad. So this is just it might be just a forgotten keyword that might not be too bad to rank for. It really didn't look too bad with all of this yellow and some green. My trust factor is a 32.24, so I'm higher than a lot of these. It might be a doable one. Let's check out another one. Oops, I pushed keyword research. I was supposed to do SEO competition. We're not going to do any keyword research on this. We're going to just go straight to SEO competition. We're going to have it generate results. So it's starting to fill in. We've got the domain age again, a lot of aged domains. My domain that I started using in March 12th. When I bought it, it was an aged domain, so it's over 5 years old. So I have a 5 in this column, which is the lowest one is a 5. So yeah, we're getting a lot more red with this one, aren't we? So see how that's like a wall of red? We have Wix that's competing for it. Website Builder, website. So this is one that all of these companies, Weebly, Squarespace, they're all competing for this. This is a big one. And yeah, look at all these backlinks. I've got like 300. Can't compete with this. Even these ones down here. This is YouTube. YouTube's always going to have a high ranking. But this, I might be able to get further down. But these ones up here are just, this just doesn't look like a good keyword to go after. Maybe later on, we'll do one more since that one was not a good one. All right, starting to fill in. Looks a little better. I don't know why, because we still have a lot of red. Website setup.org. It's a .org, so if it is a non-profit, those are a little harder to go after than .coms. Maybe it's not looking that great. All right, a little more yellow. The only really promising thing on this one is something I mentioned in the first one, is none of them are using how to start a website in the URL title in all 4. If you can do all 4, sometimes you can get an in if you write a good enough, long enough article that people like and Google will like because people like it. Like I said, Google's getting smart. So this one's not a total loser. This one here was a total loser. Actually, same thing over here with, I didn't notice that, but nothing in the title URL. So that's like gives you some hope. Hey, we opened 4. Well, let's do all 4. This video is going to run a little long. I'll probably get complaints. But yeah, if you've had enough, we're only going to do one more. We're not going to add any more information on the end. We're just going to generate some results. All right, results are starting to come in. Again, really aged domains. We've got those entrepreneur, how to start online business. This is a lot like the how to start a business website. It's got those 2 entrepreneur articles first. You know, when you start seeing some of the same, this wiki, how, I can't believe that ranks so high. Really not any blogs. YouTube's. Maybe they just don't think blogs can do the start a website thing. I know I can. Now I just got to let Google know that I can. So this is really interesting because we have a lot of yellow here, like a big block of it. How to start an online business. This might be even better than the first one we looked at. So we've been at 97% a while, haven't we? Sometimes I just say, hey, that's enough. We got it. So again, I'm going to go over to Google and copy the keyword here because it won't let me copy it out of there. Let's just, I'm going to leave this open. Open a new tab with Google. Paste our new keyword in there. And check this out. Well, I probably did this before too. How many of you couldn't see my window completely when I was doing that other search because I didn't have it in the recording part? Okay, so I've got this tool shut off. I thought it was shut off. Maybe it wasn't. I'll check back on the video. But this will tell me, see, DS and TS are different than the CF and TF in Market Samurai. So we have a couple of different metrics. This is totally Google based. So maybe we can see why this founder, I mean, that's pretty, 21 and 31. I mean, it's not low, but compared to what else we're seeing, that we're up above 50. YouTube's always going to be very, very high in the DS and the TS, but yeah, this one here has 0 and 0. I at least have 1 and 0. I could beat that one. Let's actually open this one up and see what it is. And I would do some research before I start writing, but I think this would be the first one I would do. And that second keyword, the actual first one that we did in the keyword research. So I would write this one, and then right after, I'll write that one. Hopefully nobody beats me to it because I'm going to publish this on YouTube. And you know what? I'm doing this to help people. Hopefully you go do your own keyword research and you don't use mine. But you use mine as an example of what can be done. And you need to know your own numbers here. And let me show you that. So we're going to add custom URLs. And that's my website with the HTTPS. Now the HTTP is still showing up, but it's got horrible numbers. So I have to figure out why it's showing up. But let's just compare this This is my website. And earlier today, I did a search. My citation flow has been 32. My trust flow has been like 24. Yesterday, it went down to 23. Today, I checked and it's at 6. So I'm really not sure what's doing that, and that's something I need to do some research on. But I've been working on this post, so I haven't gotten back to this research. So we're still at a 6. Now, for some reason, I did some link building, I do some commenting, I did some directories, but these backlinks, this is backlinks, total number of external links pointing at any page in the domain. So I have 336 now. It wasn't too long ago I had, see, here's the ongoing, saga. So I'll post this on this blog too that I'm doing. So I did a little pointing of one HTTP at HTTPS at Bing. And when I did that, this is what happened within, like, I had this screenshot from 10 o'clock. I did the thing at Bing where I pointed the HTTP at the HTTPS. And then at 12 o'clock, I rechecked and my indexed links were at 0. But these things were bumping up some. This jumped by almost 50 within 2 hours. So 25 minutes later, I checked again, and not only were my index links not at 0 anymore, they were at 40, which was 6 higher than it was 2.5 hours ago. So this was just like bouncing all over the place. Everything else was still the same here with the 32 and the 24. And then, this is the next day. Okay, so 12 hours later, this had gone to 0. So I pointed the HTTP at the HTTPS. So now maybe it's just adjusting, right? And everything's gonna show up over here. So we've got 97 links here. But still, 40 plus 40 is only 80, and I had only written one blog, so I'm not really sure why that jumped so high. Everything else stayed the same. Couple of days later, 3 days later, I check again. CF, which is citation flow. So this is how many links we have, had gone down by 1. Trust flow had gone down by 1. Those aren't huge numbers, just 1. But you want these to be as high as possible. So, I mean, going down we're not going in the right direction, right? But my incoming links, look at that. I mean, my index links, not incoming links. These are indexed pages. And then this was rising. These numbers, you want all these to go up. So this is great. I'm excited, right? So this is at 2:30. Climbing. This went back up. I was excited again. Today I check it. I haven't put a date here yet, but this is April 30th when I'm recording this. And this is still at 32. But this dropped to, it does say 6, right? Yeah, let me just... Yeah, so that's 6. And that's exactly what we got there. So 6, 174, 14, 10, 87, 336. Let's go back over. Yeah, 10, 87, 14, 1. Yeah, same thing as I got this afternoon. So it's not bouncing as much, but this is crazy drop. You want the ratio between citation flow and trust flow to be as low as possible. And right now, I look like a spammy site. And I got to find out how to fix that. But hopefully I can get my trust flow back up. You can see a lot of these, like 17 to 0, 9 to 0. Trust flow is really hard to get. And what trust flow is the quality of your links. So you don't want a lot of links from low quality websites because that makes you look like you're a low quality website. You're getting links from low quality. You want high quality websites. So you actually want to look for people in your niche that have good CF, TF, DS, and what's the other one? I think it's TS. So this is citation flow and trust flow, and that's measured by Majestic. And a lot of people are saying that Majestic is the way to go. That's the way things are heading. You know, like when there were VCRs, there was beta and there was VCR, and there was a talk about who was going to win. Was it because only one can survive? Well, there's Majestic and there's Moz, I think, does the DS and the TS. So DS is domain score and TS is trust score. So those are the four. And it doesn't say here who does. I thought it would say in the description. But this link would probably say, yeah, SEM Rush. And it's going to come up that I don't have an account here. Because I don't, which is fine. So, this has been a really long video, and I hope you stuck till the end. If you have, congratulations. If you have any questions, leave your questions in the comments or contact me in any way. I'm always willing to help. Talk to you later.